Hello, friends. I am Chevy. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's fantastic. Everything here is great. Yesterday, I attempted to show you a compressor pedal that I built out of a kit, and it went okay, other than the fact that I can't play. It's really weird to I, I, I can play. I could play hundreds of songs probably. If you put sheet music in front of me, I could play it. Because for the most part, bass is like quarter notes, just play, it's not super technical. But the problem is when you're trying to do something like I did yesterday, playing technical music is kind of for me to just sit here and play like a quarter note jam is about as boring as it can possibly be. So anyway, this weekend I played some games this weekend. Short little reviews here. Nothing fantastic. Just I haven't done a gaming channel video in a while. I might do one on a couple of these games, but I played 3. I played Nestlings from Lucky Duck Games, and I'm happy that I didn't pay for it. It was a very strange game that will go in my donation pile. It's not a bad game. I mean, it has interesting ideas, but it almost feels like outsider art. It almost feels like a person who's only played 1 or 2 games ever decided to try something new, and it doesn't quite fit into like what we would think of as a modern. It just feels like outsider art, like an outsider, somebody who doesn't play games made a board game, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not trying to knock it for that. It just, for me, there are other games that fit better into that kind of category that I would rather play. So it's not a product for me. I'm glad I got to try it. I'm not keeping it. Not staying on my shelf. The second game I played was Undergrove. I backed Undergrove. I backed the deluxe version, with the wooden components and all that sort of stuff. I am a little upset that I backed it for all of that. I've played it twice. We played it back to back, and I feel like I have now played the game and I don't need to play it ever again. It's an okay game. It's got some interesting puzzly mechanics, but it's trying to be kind of a dumb, like not a dumbed down. That's not very fair to say, but it's a fairly simple tableau style game, and that's the problem. Like, it's simple, and in its simplicity, it loses a lot of its interest because there's really only a few different types of tiles. One for each of the one for each of the resources. A lot of them are like, this tile gets you these 2 resources, this tile gets you the other resources. It's like, it's the same thing. And so it doesn't feel super interesting. It just feels like you do the thing and then you move on with your life. Very familiar, or very similar to the way I felt about Bonsai. They're the same, like, it just, well, you played it. There's really nothing else to see here. Every now and then we'll shuffle in a card, or we'll get new goals, new community goals, and that's about it. And you just kind of play this, and I wish I'd have bought the regular version. I'm going to keep it because I do feel the game has merit. It's a pretty good gateway-ish type game. Like, I could see myself playing that. Well, I had a great aunt that liked to play Scrabble, and we liked to play, just different board, like kind of nature-y type board games would really been her jam. And I don't think she would have cared too much for Wingspan, or Arc Nova, or Forest Shuffle, or any of the nature games that I love. But this would have been a good fit for her because it's really a simplistic game. There's only 5 things you can do. You basically kind of are very limited in how you approach those because the resources are fairly limited. And I think it would have been an enjoyable game for that. But will it hit my table very often? No. I don't see us pulling it out very often at all. But I think it has merit. I kind of feel bad that I bought the super deluxe version. I think I would have rather just had the cardboard version and been like, cool, I got to experience that. That was a neat experience. Whereas now I feel like I got to experience it. It was a neat experience, but now I have to play it more to justify the extra expense and all the cool components. And the last game we played was Rock Hard 1977, and I really enjoyed it. It's a bog standard worker placement. There is nothing new in this game whatsoever. There's nothing majorly interesting other than the theme, and the theme is cool. Like the cards have cool little like storylines on them, so you can actually kind of role play it out if you're playing. I happened to draw the bass player, so it was like, cool, I'm going to be this cool bass player, massage therapist guy. You get a job, kind of like life, and you're like, oh, I'm going to do my thing. And I got fired immediately because I just never went to work. And it's just like, it has cool moments like that where you're playing a theme and there happens to be a game tied to it. And the game was mechanically sound. It was a very mechanically sound game. You get money, you go do things, you buy demo tapes, you buy studio sessions, you build a demo tape, you get a record deal, you play bigger venues when you do that. Like it works. It works really well. But it is just a bog standard, like nothing new under the sun worker placement game. There is no shifting locations like what's the D&D game that everybody loves? Lords of Waterdeep. It's not like that at all. It's just fixed things that you can do, and you need to do them in specific orders so that you can hit your mark to do the thing before other people take your spots. Standard worker placement. Absolutely nothing new, nothing great, but it's going to definitely stay in my collection. It's a fun theme. The theme it just rivers throughout this game. Little trickles of it everywhere, which make it really interesting. And I am looking forward to playing it again just because it's kind of a relaxing, chill game where you get to make jokes about how much candy you've snorted and how much, how much candy you've eaten and fans that need a good pounding. Things that you encounter in that game. So yeah, those were the three. Overall, I feel like lately, this past couple of years, I haven't, since Earth, actually Forest Shuffle last year, since Forest Shuffle, I haven't really found the whoa, this is blowing my mind game. There hasn't been anything recently. It's all just been kind of more of the same, which is fine. It's 1,000% fine. Sometimes I want more of the same. I just haven't found the thing that's more of the same that I want. I'm waiting for that. Looking for it. I'm really excited to try Forest Shuffle with the new expansion. Haven't done that yet. Still don't have the Ancient Wonders expansion. Really looking forward to that. And I feel like there was something else I should be very soon receiving the Creature Caravans, which is a Ryan Lockett Red Raven game, which we love for Red Raven games here in this house. We just finished a Sleeping Gods Distant Skies campaign. We'll talk about that at some point. It's a Creature Caravan is a Ryan Lockett designed, illustrated tableau building card game. I'm all in. I'm stupid excited for that, and I just got a shipping notice recently. So soon. Other than that, this weekend was a hangout. Hang out with family. My niece was in from out of town, and we got to hang out with her for a good while and her friends, and that was fun. Did you do anything exciting for Labor Day? Labor Day itself, we just worked on the house and did projects. Finished some outdoor projects and finished some indoor projects. Yeah. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know sounds smart is zeal. It is a noun meaning great enthusiasm and energy for a cause or activity. The living, vital truth of social and economic well-being will become a reality only through the zeal, courage, and the non-compromising determination of intelligent minorities and not through the mass. Emma Goldman, a Bolshevik anarchist. Zeal, Z-E-A-L. That's a man. Non-compromising determination of intelligent minorities. I don't disagree. I think that the mass, the majority, often chooses wrong.